With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
To try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Goes the roof. Francis Ngannou.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish. Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a God. Knockout.
And he's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot, and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the tangent.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch. Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
You gotta be very careful. What's up, Trash Talkers? What's up, Gruntworks? We are here for your UFC Pick'em. Now, we got to brag a little bit. Sorry for my camera. I had a little problem with Apple. So just like Grunt Style, fuck Apple, okay? And fuck Grunt Style. I don't like either of you right now. You're pretty much
Somebody
probably
had
talking
to
to
say
same
it.
people. All right? Who's the guy that runs Apple? Steve Jobs, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, he probably
He's dead.
Is he dead? Who's the other guy? All right, some nerd. Some nerd fuck this all up. But anyways, I'm a little triggered. Bill can show the shirt. All right, I'm a little triggered right now, and I'm going to stop being a pansy about it. That's the lesson. It's okay to get angry. Don't be a pansy about it.
Look,
Nick, let's reflect
I'm showing
on
it
some,
to you.
Yeah, let's reflect on some good things, like the fact that these guys went perfect on the main card last week. All right, so again, if you're not betting with us, you're losing money. All right, I think Bill and I both turned $10 into about 800. So a piece. So that's good. We're winning. So again, these guys are going to give you the picks, and then at the end, they're going to give you their locks and their parlays and their DraftKings sleeper. Pay attention. All right, I pay attention. I give the clown picks. All right, don't bet on my picks. All right, however, sometimes they win, and that's when you win a lot of money. All right, if you bet the clown picks, you're pretty much going to lose, but you might win a lot. Now, big shout out to our sponsors. All right, we got 10th Mountain Whiskey. All right, so go ahead and go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in VTT and get yourself a discount. All right, during the show, all right, go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com and go to gruntworksclothing.com and put in VTTGW and get yourself a discount as well. Buy our stuff. It's all veteran owned, unlike Grunt Style. They suck. All right, so go buy our stuff. all right, because it's veteran owned, and for veteran trash talk, parts of all proceeds benefit Stop Soldier Suicide. So make sure you check that out. And then we got Zach Farkas with Veterans Lending Source. All right, so make sure that you go check them out as well. All right, we're going to start doing a live show every first Wednesday, and they're going to talk VA loans and make sure that everybody's getting squared away with the right stuff. Harry Calhoun says grunt style is for legs. I have to agree with him. I guess also, if you're talking
Old
to Harry
Navy
Calhoun,
is more veteran than grunt style.
Yeah, who happens to be a major in the U.S. Army, all right, does not know how to use 0365. And the NCOs had to square him away again. So you're welcome. You're welcome for that. But anyways, enough of this BS. Let's talk about fights, because we're talking about making money. And, it's free right now. But like Joe always says, it's not going to be free for long. All right. Once people start figuring out how good Trigger Joe and Bill Pearson are, send it 7. All right. They're going to start paying. All right. It's just, they're that good. Like I said, we had 3 or 4 last parlays. Unbelievable. Okay. Now, this has to be, in my opinion, with the clown's opinion, all right, the Big Earl says that this is the smallest fight card that I've ever seen. All right. These are all a bunch of pansies. All right. They all look like a bunch of babies. All right. So I got a little trigger just picking these damn fights because I do my research. All right. So let's go to the first. We got a bantamweight fight, and it's Adrian Yanez at 13-3 versus Randy Costa. Now I took a long, hard look at that. But look at the screen. All right, trash talkers, gruntworks, look at the screen. Look at Yanez. What the fuck is on his face? All right. I don't like it. It's why he's going to lose. And he is going to, so Costa is going to win by TKO after he bitch slaps whatever's on his face off of it.
No way does Costa win.
Hey, I'm doing my show. All right, you understand? Go back to your soap operas. All right, that's just a woman with a small brain who said that no way Costa wins.
Hey.
What?
Nick, I don't want to cut you off, but she's dead on that one.
What?
You might want to listen to her. Yeah.
Costa's going to win. But anyways, well, let's switch it up a little bit here. Seeing as Joe's siding with the ladies, even though science says they have smaller brains than us. Joe, who's going to win this fight?
Hey, first of all, I want to go ahead on the record with Becky since she's obviously within earshot. I didn't say that. So no, I got Yanez in this one, but if you guys can hear that car, I apologize. That's absolutely ridiculous. But I got Yanez in this one, and honestly, I don't like the odds. I don't like the value on Yanez, even though if I'm going to go ahead and say Yanez gets a finish, and I'm going to say he actually wins by 3rd round TKO. But Costa's blitz early. He's 6-1. Got 6 knockouts. Okay, he throws fire. He's going to come in throwing bombs. I like Yanez's counter striking. I like how precise he is. And like Israel Adesanya says, I don't throw and pray. I aim and fire. So he's looked like a sniper in his first 3 in the UFC. He's 3-0, I think, with 3 KOs. Bill, if I got that right, I know it's at least 2 KOs. 3 with 3. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Yanez 3rd round TKO in this one in what possibly could be fight of the night.
All right, there you have it. Fight of the night. He's calling it first fight. And didn't this fight get moved up to the main card from
yes,
one getting
because the Chase
it did,
fight
as well
canceled.
it should.
Well
it should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Giannis decision. All right. So, anyways, you say decision or finish?
I got him 3rd round TKO.
3rd round TKO. See, pay attention, Gruntworks. Pay attention, trash talkers. I write everything down. That's how I make money. All right. Like I said, don't listen to me. He's not gonna. I mean, I still think Costa's going to win by a bitch slap, but you never really know. And I think Giannis is just going to quit. He's like, no, nobody slaps me like that. I'm out. I'm done with the UFC. He's going to fucking quit in front of everybody. So, Bill, what say you, the champ? Send it 7.
So, yeah, I'm going to agree with Joe on this one. I think Giannis is going to win. However, both these dudes only have 3 fights in the UFC, and I think one of those fights are off of the Contender Series. So they don't have a lot on the bigger cards. Yanez has more fights, so I think he's going to be the better fighter, the smarter fighter. I don't agree with the minus 230 for Yanez and the plus 190 for Costa. I think they are a lot closer than that. I'm going to pick Yanez. I'll go late second round TKO. However, I'm going to put this out to everyone. I would leave this off of a parlay. This one scares me for a parlay. Costa definitely has the ability to come in first round and put Yanez to sleep for sure. Don't let these odds fool you. I would leave it off a parlay, but I'll go with Yanez second round TKO.
All right, there you have it, guys. They're all going with Yanez, but they're scared of it, and I don't blame them because, like I said, look at the guy's face. All right, so let's go to the next fight, which happens to be a women flyweight fight, which is Bill Pierce, Send It 7 Pearson's wheelhouse. All right, if you haven't paid attention, he picks the women fights like no other, probably because he gets this shit kicked out of him all the time. So, anyways, you got Miranda Maverick at 11-2 versus Macy Barber at 8-2. Now, as the clown would say, Big Earl at no time could ever bet against somebody named Maverick. All right, so I had to put a lot of thought process into how Maverick's going to win, and I figured it out. So she was studying some film, all right, and I got some insider from her camp that she was studying film, and she was watching Top Gun, and that part where Maverick slows down,
hits the brakes, flies right by him.
Macy Barber flies right by. So I'm calling third round. Maverick is going to play possum and look like she's hurt. So she's going to slow down. And then Barber's going to overextend, and Maverick's going to knock her out. Third round knockout by playing possum. Bill, what say you?
Okay, I'm with you on Maverick. Let me put that out. So Macy Barber had a big hype train going for a while. She's coming off of back-to-back losses. Those of you who've been watching, I typically don't like to go for someone to lose 3 in a row, especially someone like Macy Barber. But I think Maverick is just, you'll see if you haven't watched her fight before, Maverick is just a bigger fighter. Her legs are like tree trunks. She's just a big, strong girl. Barber is going to try to keep the standing as much as she can. Maverick's going to get her on the ground and just start pounding away on her. I don't think she'll finish her. I think Macy might survive, which is what I think is going to happen. She's just going to survive. But it's going to be Maverick by decision. Macy's going to try to keep this off the ground as much as possible. I think she's going to lose that battle. Macy's just too strong. Eventually she'll get against the cage and get her on the ground, put her on her back. So I got Maverick by decision.
All right, what say you, Joe?
100% in alliance with Bill on this one. And we were talking about it. If I had play money, I'd throw the house payment at it. Miranda Maverick is a special kind of athlete. Macy Barber is built like the catcher for the LSU women's softball team. Okay, she's got big hands, but she's slow in the middle. She's not real athletic. And Maverick has seen this type of heat, and I don't think Macy Barber has anything for her on the hands, and it's not going to stay up long. Maverick's a kind of a hybrid type athlete. She's going to take her down. She's going to take her down a lot, and she's going to pound on her. And I just, like Nick, like you like to say, my poker read on Macy Barber after her last loss, I did not like the way she took it. She looked like a crybaby. She argues with her corner. She looks like she's very difficult to work with, and she's not very fight mature. And this Miranda Maverick is going to chew a hole right through this kid, and it's going to be the end of that.
I think she started to believe her own hype, and it started to be her downfall.
Yep, exactly. I got Miranda Maverick, and I got Miranda Maverick as a lock, probably my most secure pick on the card, and she's cheap. So decision.
There you have it. There's a lock already, a pre-ending of the show lock called by Joe Britson. So, hey, remember, when they say lock, it's ridiculous how good they are. And, again, Pay attention, write it down, place your bets. All right. If you don't have enough money to gamble, don't gamble. Don't be stupid. All right. But if you have the money, you got a little bit of scratch, throw it on some of these parlays, and see if you can win. Like I said, Bill and I turned $10 a piece at 800 over the last 3 weeks. It's been phenomenal. You guys have been hot.
3 4+ fight parlays in a row is in the tens of millions. It does not happen. Okay. Right, and that's what we're doing. And we're already more comfortable with this card than we were last week.
Yeah, besides obviously my studying in the Big Earl's picks, how do you attribute the success to how good you guys are compared to these schmucks we see on TV?
I've watched every single one that's ever happened. I've loved the sport. I never thought anything could ever touch football with the way I love sports, and MMA kind of did that for me. I've studied it since I could ever watch it, and I could tell right away Bill was the same way. So we're both fanatics. And we've watched a lot of fights. We've been picking them for a long, long time. This is just the first time we've ever done it publicly. So
that's awesome. That we don't pay attention to just the main and the co-main. We pay attention to literally every single fight down to.
We don't buy into Vegas chalk either.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have it wrong, and some people don't have the balls to roll against them. And we've done it plenty of times on this show, and it's worked out.
For sure. Hey, I don't ever do my shows on my iPhone, but if I leave the mute off, is it back feeding you guys? No, you don't hear it? If you're talking, Joe? Joe, say hi.
Not really.
Yeah, okay. All right.
No,
so we got the featherweight fight coming up next. And this is where I really got triggered. All right. When I was doing my studying, I realized that these next 3 fights are all those little tiny guys that for some reason the hot girl liked in high school. Right. And you don't really understand it because they're never going to protect you.
Hey, Kyler Phillips is a pretty man.
So you just said it. You just said it. I tried to get over it, but then I looked at their fucking names. Okay. And you got Kyler. Okay. That's another guy where all the girls are like, oh, Kyler's so dreamy. It's like, dude, he's 5'4", 120 pounds. Shut up. Like, he's never good. Like, no, unless he invents the fucking iPod, he's not going to come up to anything. All right. He's just going to get crushed by the actual hunter-gatherer.
Who's that? The sweeper for the girls' soccer team?
Yeah. And then who else you got here? You got, how do you say this guy's name? Derek?
Yeah, I believe they actually do roll with Derek. Bill, where's he from again? Well, he's got a U.S. flag next to his name, but that's what they've been calling him.
That's not how you spell Derek. Okay, not even in like poor countries. Okay, it's not even spelled that way. All right, and then you got. I mean, does anybody really like anybody named Corey? I mean, maybe. I mean, there might be like 1 or 2. So I just decided not to pick these fights. I couldn't do it. I mean, I'm not putting my reputation on picking a bunch of pretty boys at 135 pounds. So I'm going to let the experts take this over. And I know you all want to hear the Big Girls clown picks, but I'm just not even going to pick them. I'm not taking any of these clowns. All right. They're all, like I said, nope. You might as well put them on a chessboard and just move them around. So
Bill, because he's our friend and because we love him, even though he can be a gigantic pain in the ass, I'm going to go ahead because Nick's not real fired up about this card and let him take a minute to talk about Milwaukee becoming title town. He hasn't mentioned it yet, and I can't fucking believe it.
Well, I got distracted by the technical issues where it took me an hour to try to get a fucking camera to work, and it didn't. All right. So, again, those of you who don't like the NBA because of like how they stand politically and how they bend the knee to China, all right, I understand you. I got you. All right, I respect your opinion. All right, however, okay, I appreciate athleticism. I appreciate when people play to the best of their ability. And you're starting to see something, and I'm going to tie in that women's soccer loss in the Olympics with this, to where you saw the Milwaukee Bucks, small market team, and you saw Giannis, the Greek freak, sign a max contract with them, which is nobody thought it was going to happen. All right. And if you watch the way he played that entire series, if you watched him play his whole career, there is never a game where he doesn't go 100%. All All right. And he put in one of the top 5 finals appearances, games of all time. Of all time.
Yep.
All right, he couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life all playoffs. Game 6, when they needed to win, he went 9 for his first 9. All right. And he was just absolutely monstrous. And I've been tweeting Aaron Rodgers friggin' this whole week about it's a good thing you're a minority owner of the Bucs because maybe you found your new calling where you just give money to actual leaders so that they can win rings for you because you suck at winning. All right. You suck at leading a team. But Giannis shows everybody. He shows the entire world what it takes to be a leader of a team. All right. And Giannis did that. And if you can't appreciate that, no matter what the corporate office of the NBA is doing, all right, maybe you shouldn't watch sports at all.
Well, here's the thing, Nick. Here's the thing from a completely neutral standpoint. Okay. If you follow the NBA enough to follow what Nick's even talking about, you know that this was the narrative. Giannis can't win the big game. Giannis in all season. I'm sorry, no, all postseason. That was the big question. And then he gets down 2-0 in the finals, and that's I'm in Charlotte, and that's all you heard on sports talk radio. Giannis can't win the big game. He can't win the big game. He takes command over the situation, and you can see it on the court, and they win 4 in a row. So the fact that this guy would have been murdered if they lost as a leader, as some, he's just a scorer or whatever, they would have labeled him as somebody who can't win the big game. To come back and sweep 4 games in a row is pretty freaking impressive. And that's going to be one of the defining moments. That's what's going to define his career is doing that there.
And he's only 26 years old.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep going. I think he weighed 190 pounds when the Bucs drafted him. Now he's 250. All right. So, I mean, he's an absolute monster. I mean, he's Bill size, except 6 inches taller, and it's like, holy cow. Yeah. Now, to get to the moral of the story about being a leader, all right, and actually influencing people to win, all right, getting everybody around you to play better. When he got interviewed, he said they talked about his stardom and how does he get why does he seem to have this chemistry with his team? And they asked Drew Holiday, what does Giannis say to you in the locker room? He says, be an all-star in your role today. That he says that to every player. He goes to the guy who maybe plays 30 seconds a game. He says, when you come in for that 30 seconds to defend that one guy for those 30 seconds, be an all-star. Like, do your best, but then he does it himself, and he doesn't whine, all right, and he wins. And he took a team that was second worst record in the NBA to, 8 years later, an NBA championship. Pretty awesome. Now, here's the moral. You look at LeBron James, all right, so anybody who knows me knows that I've been a huge LeBron supporter for years, right? He's one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen, all right, but look what happens when you start thinking you're more than just an actor on a stage, all right? You are an athlete. You're not oppressed by anybody. You're extremely grossly overpaid, all right? You got people paying you $30 million just to put a fucking shoe on.
Since he was 18.
Yeah, since he was 18. All right. The bank gave him a loan for a brand new Humvee for his mother before he even had a job. All right. What white guy can go get a loan for a fucking, Hummer without a job? All right. Nobody. So he's not oppressed at all. Okay. So now he all of a sudden starts to get political. LeBron, you have a high school fucking degree. You have a high school diploma. That's it. And you probably, who knows? Did you even go to class? Right?
From Ohio.
We don't, and from Ohio, so we don't care about who you think should be president. We don't care about, when you called out those cops for saving a woman's life, right? You were 100% wrong. You should have just stayed in your fucking lane and played basketball. Now, let's talk good about LeBron. LeBron has a foundation that has sent, I think, over like 600 kids to college. Full ride. All right. Phenomenal. Now we're not going to talk about that because you can't stop fucking tweeting about shit that you don't even know about. All right. Stuff that you're not even educated enough to talk about. So again, LeBron, the best thing that ever happened to him was the bubble. All right. Because he could still tweet during COVID, but he wasn't surrounded by people that distracted him. All right. So once he got out of the bubble, how far did LA make it in the playoffs with 3 All-Stars on their team? First round? Yeah, first round. Okay. And now you got what's his name? Megan Rapinoe?
Yeah.
Her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, Rapinoe. All right. So again, here's the facts. The women's soccer team gets paid a higher percentage of the revenue than the men do. Okay? They actually get paid more of the revenue that the men do. All right, the men just make more money.
What's the problem with the revenue?
Exactly. The problem with the revenue is nobody cares about your political bullshit. And I feel real bad for about 80% of the women's soccer team for that representing the United States of America. All right, because you stole all that thunder, everything that they've worked for, and you made it about yourself. You made it about Subway. All right, you made it about, all this oppression. You get paid over $200,000 a year to play like what? How many games do they play? Or 6?
I think it's like 20 altogether for an entire year, exhibition games included.
Right.
She also kicked the soccer ball and knocked a perfectly good hamburger out of a man's hand. Didn't apologize.
I saw that. So she should get paid for
camera.
that. I will give her that. But again, I'm not going to causation correlation. I'm not going to say for sure that it was, but I mean, it's pretty hard to deny that those distractions on a team, they don't work. All right. And you steal all that thunder away from people who came there to win, who came there to do great things. All right. So I'll get off my soapbox because we're talking about UFC. But just so you know, the NFL's coming, and you sons of bitches, if you start talking about the NFL, about, oh my God, they're communists. No, the players are not. Okay. Most of the players are phenomenal people. All right. Most of the players are phenomenal athletes. And I love watching them knock their fucking heads off each other. So I'm going to watch it and I'm going to pick it. Back to the fights. Now we got these fucking featherweights. I think these are the biggest guys. I think they're like 140 pounds. And I think I weighed 140 pounds with mono when I was 12. But you got Darren Elkins at 26-9 versus Darrick Minnier at 26-11. Joe, the fight's on you. 145 pounds, Joe.
Yeah. Fun fact about Bill. His left leg just weighed in at 145. So
Probably about right.
Yeah, I got Minner in this one. Elkins is 37 years old, and they call him the Damage for a reason, because he's the definition of what the damage looks like at 37 when you take a lot of fights with everybody. Minner's on a bit of a rise. His record's kind of a smoke screen as to where he's at in his career. I like him to I like him to blow through Elkins, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with my gut on this one, even though Elkins has only been subbed once, and say Minner second round submission.
Oh, man.
Even though, he's a submission machine, and Elkins will be tough to sub, but Jeremy Stevens is tough to sub too, and you saw what a young talent did to him last weekend.
Yeah. So Bill, what say you?
So I'll agree with Joe on Minner's going to win. But I got Minner by decision on this one. I think Elkins is probably tough enough just because he's too stupid. He's that guy he's tough because he's really dumb. He won his last fight, but I think before that he lost like 4 in a row. I just don't think he's going to pull this one out. I think Minner is a minus 172 right now, so you're not going to make him a bunch off of it. But I got Minner by decision. I think Elkins is just dumb enough to outlast, survive any sub attempts. I think Elkins just needs to stop. I think he's another one of those guys fighting for beer money. He's never going to win a belt or even be in the top 10 for that matter. So we'll do Minner by decision. Later on, I'll talk about that. I'm throwing him in a parlay as well. But Minner by decision.
Nice. Hey, before we go to the next fight, I think it's bad. I don't think we talked about it last show, Bill. But Joe, who tapped you out?
I mean, You could call it that. We hit the ground, and I said my shoulder's out, and they stopped the fight. I don't remember tapping.
Okay, all right. You got to unmute yourself, Bill.
So more of a doctor stoppage then.
Oh, doctor stoppage.
It was a Galtry stoppage.
From a lady.
TKO.
Yeah. Galtry was reffing the match. It was a Galtry stoppage.
I forgot. We didn't talk about that, so I just want to make sure that we were correct on it. So
I'll give Nick props. He knew I was effed up, and he was getting ready to attack my arm, and he knew I was fucked up when he put his hand on my chest. I was like, ah! I was like, it's out, and I'll give him credit. He let up because there wasn't nothing happening with that shoulder at the moment.
So we got the bantamweight fight, which will probably last longer than Joe did against me. And you got this guy named Kyler. Okay, so Kyler Phillips at 9-1, and Ravilion Pavia. Is that right? Did I say that right? Paiva. Okay, so Paiva. What the fuck ever. So, Joe, what say you?
Kyler Phillips is
sorry, this is not your turn. Sorry, I screwed up. Bill, what say you? I don't want to throw you off your rhythm.
No worries. So this one is probably pretty easy for me. I think Kyler Phillips is still at like a minus 290. It'll probably gain a little more between now and tomorrow, to be honest with you. The finish is what I've been going back and forth with. But I'm going to go with Kyler Phillips by decision. I think old Paiva, or whatever you want to call him, it's insignificant because his career is going to be insignificant. He might outlast to a decision. He's got 2 losses. One's a split decision. One's a TKO due to a cut. I think he'll last a decision. So Kyler Phillips decision. Throw it in a parlay. You're not going to win a bunch, so you got to parlay him because he's already at like a minus 290. It might change to 270-ish maybe. So you're going to have to parlay it. You're not going to win a lot of money off of him. So Kyler Phillips decision.
All right. What say you, Trigger Joe?
Same Z's. No. Yeah. Kyler Phillips. Paiva's, he's got a good record. He's very, very durable, but Paiva's coming up. He's actually a natural 125er, and Phillips is actually on the bigger side of a 135, so he's going to look bigger, more dynamic, all around game. And I'll give Paiva to last, so I'm going to go with Bill on this one. Same thing, Kyler Phillips by decision.
All right, there you have it with that fight. So we're all sticking with Kyler Phillips on decision. Now, the main event, you got another bantamweight fight, and you have Corey Sandhagen at 14-2 versus TJ Dillashaw. So, Joe, what say you on this fight?
Well, for the people watching that actually follow the UFC, they know this is TJ Dillashaw, disgraced ex-champion, coming back after testing positive for EPO. Okay, EPO gives you a video game style gas tank. Remember Contra, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Gives you 50 lives. I knew that because I was a Nintendo kid.
Right, you press select because you're playing with a buddy.
That's it. There you go. So EPO gives you an unlimited gas tank. I think, pretty sure it's what Lance Armstrong got busted with. It's what a lot of these marathoners use. Okay, so he's not going to be on that. He's 5'6" and a wrestler. Okay, when he was dominant, there was nobody he fought over 5'9". Nobody. I don't believe there's anybody even over 5'8". Corey Sandhagen is 5'11". His last 2 fights, he's got a walk-off flying knee where he fucking jumped from a standstill at a boxing position, knocked Frankie Edgar's head into the upper deck.
That was rough too.
And turned around and walked away. Like, didn't even think twice about hitting him again. Before that, it was Marlon Moraes with his reverse wheel kick spinning wheel kick. Everybody was terrified of Marlon Moraes up until that fight. So this kid he's on a tear. He's long. He knows how to use his legs, and he's lethal with both of them. So I see Dillashaw being the crotch sniffer that he is, a wrestler, eventually trying to shoot in on a double leg, and Sandhagen's going to see it coming quick enough to have worked on changing the kick into a knee, into a shin, whatever it is to put it off his chin. He's going to absolutely catch him on the way in. Dillashaw's going to face plant, and I'm going early third round. Knockout. Corey Sandhagen.
There you have it. There you have it. Send it 7. What has the artillery got?
Yeah, so I got Sandhagen is also one of my locks. And I'm definitely parlaying him. He is the favorite. I think the latest was a -188. But I'm going second round. Sandhagen, if you look at all of his TKOs, the predominance of them are in the second round. So I'm going to go with Sandhagen TKO late second round. Joe might be right with early in the third, but I'm going to go with late second round just to disagree with him a little bit. But yeah, Sandhagen for sure. Dillashaw is going to shoot in. I think he's going to catch a right knee straight to the face, and he's going to be snoring. So Sandhagen TKO with a knee, late second round.
Oh, there you have it. There you have it. Now, fight fans. Well, we got something here on the thread. We got John Hoskins on BTT. Hoskin saying, would like to see Philip shut down Pavi in the second round TKO. Well, I think you picked the same winner that the experts picked. And again, you know, if you ever want to come on the show, John, and challenge the experts, they do put up $100 of their own money if you want to come on and challenge.
I'd love to see it too. And you know what? He might not be wrong on that one. Phillips has the ability to put people away. It's just Paiva's very durable. So he might not be wrong on that one, though.
Yeah, that's a solid pick.
Paiva coming up to 135, might be too much for him to take those shots. But who knows?
So there you have it. Just remember, Gruntworks fans and then BTT fans, message us on Veteran Trash Talk or message us on Gruntworks if you want to challenge the experts, i.e. Send It 7 and Trigger Joe. You have to buy a shirt if you lose, and they give you $100 if you win. And you got to pick the fighter, the round, and how it's going to happen. Three points per fight. All right, so make sure we do that. Now, take your pens out. This is what I got mine for, because I'm going to make money again this weekend, because I'm going to write down what these guys say right here. All right, I'm going to put $10 on one of their parlays. I'm going to put $10 on another one of their parlays, and maybe even 20 because I'm going to win it. I might spice it up a little bit. All right, so we'll go to the champ, Bill Send It 7 Pearson, who has proven that he is way better than Trigger Joe at picking fights. What say you with your parlays, your locks, and your DraftKings sleeper?
Okay, so I had to change mine a little bit here because one of the fights got taken off. This is the Chazon Lad fight. I had Chazon. I was going to give you to pick her as the take the roundage to go over 2.5, but she had to back up because of the injury. So my parlay, I got a 4-fight parlay for everyone, which would be Maverick, who's a lock, Sandhagen, also my lock, with Minner and Phillips. That's a 4-fight parlay. If you're doing DraftKings, then you need to pick some underdogs. I would take Gall over Williams. If you want to pick an underdog for your DraftKings, and you might not be wrong going with Costa if you want to get some points in DraftKings. But if I'm going to take a parlay and I'm going to put my own money, which I will, it's Maverick, Sandhagen, Minner, Phillips. If you want to go a little deeper in there, you can pick Soriano on the prelims to take one of that in if you want to do a 5-fighter. So Maverick, Sandhagen, Minor, Phillips. If you want a 5-fighter, throw in Soriano. Locks are Maverick and Sandhagen.
All right. Trigger Joe, same question to you. Locks, parlays, and DraftKings sleeper.
I can't fucking believe it. I swear to God, it's right there. You just can't see it, Joe. I know you can't see it. It's the exact same 5-fight parlay that Bill just laid out. I swear to God it is. So write that down.
There should be a fucking siren going off. Hey, Baker, you got a siren you can play?
Yeah. No. I got Philip Sandhagen, and I like Sandhagen. If you can get him at -3.5, I take it. I'm telling you, Dillashaw's not going the distance with him. If you can get him at -3.5, the odds are a little bit better. I like Maverick. I like Minner, and I like Soriano. I like Soriano to actually win by KO.
We have a first here. Bill, you're muted. There you go.
I said, if you look at some of the sites right now, they'll give you a -170 for Sandhagen under 3.5.
Yep.
So that's, I'd honestly take that.
There you go. Hey, this is a first. This is a first where the parlays were exactly the same. Now, I don't know if that's a good
My
thing. My
DraftKings values are both Gall and Costa also. So.
Oh, sorry. We skipped your DraftKings things.
My locks are Sandhagen, Maverick, and Minner.
Oh, you're calling 3 locks.
Yeah, Sandhagen, Maverick, Minner.
All right. So for some betting tips for you guys out there that are novice fight watchers like I am, I usually put about 15 to 20 bucks on their locks, and then I'll throw some parlay money out there. And that, when you have a bad day with the parlays, at least you win, 3 or 4 of the locks, and you don't lose so much. But when you get hot, like these guys have been, now you're winning $20 a fight, and then you're hitting, $400 parlay on top of it. So again, pay attention to their locks. And like I said, I'm a little distracted right now because my puppies fight with me, and the puppy has lasted longer than Joe did. All right, so it's ridiculous on how strong this dog is. But there you have it. Again, message us if you want to come challenge the experts. All right, I never challenge them because I don't know what the shit I'm talking about. But there's probably some of you out there that have a little bit of fight knowledge. So come on here and challenge them. We'll bring you on, and you could win $100. It's that simple. Come on, win $100. Big shout out to our sponsors again. All right, we have 10th Mountain Whiskey. Put in the code BTT and get yourself a discount on some great bourbon. All right, they got really good vodka. All right, I've told the owner they can work on their rye a little bit. They got some moonshine and some other great stuff. And then go see Zach Farkas on our website, veterantrashtalk.com. If you have any mortgage questions, all right, any VA loan questions, go on there and ask him. All right, he'll give you free advice. And if you want to go with him, he was a great captain in the 25th Infantry Division, and he'll be dead honest with you. So check out Zach Farkas on veterantrashtalk.com. Other than that, I don't think we got anything else, do we, guys?
No, hey, one of our past guests, Sam Medina, I know he wanted to come back on and pick against us, but I wanted to give him a shout out and say, Sam, I hope you're feeling better. I know he's under the weather right now. So
he should be. He never works out his deltoids. All right. So
it's a deltoid virus.
Right, because the blood flow just stops like right here because there's no fucking muscle there. So hey, Sam, if you're watching, work out your delts a little bit. Just a little bit of this, all right, a little bit of that, and then you're good. But again, tomorrow for the Trash Talk Hour, we got a great guest coming on, still active duty, was a fister, but he grew up and he reclassed. All right. So, Bill, you can probably come on and talk about that if you want, about why he left the great fisterhood. All right. But he left the fisterhood, and we have, you like that? I coined that.
That's a word.
Shirt, fisterhood. All right. So we'll make that shirt, and then Bill, you can hawk it. However, we have to go at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, because our guest is doing an event that he's going to promote that day as well. So we got to get him on a little bit earlier. So, our face man, Dave, probably is going to be still drunk because it's only going to be 7 a.m. where he is when he does the show. And he doesn't go to bed on Friday nights till about, 3 a.m., 4. So it should be an interesting show. He might pull a Big Earl like I did last Saturday. It'd be absolutely fucking tanked at showtime. So I was on vacation and the Bucks won Game 5. All right, so I was pretty hammered. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, for the Trash Talk Hour. Have a good night, guys. Party hard.